So I'd like to first turn to Dr. Witt, and if you could just tell us, what is essential tremor?
Sure. So first of all, about what is tremor, period. So a tremor is an involuntary oscillatory, meaning it goes back and forth in a certain vector movement. That involuntary means you don't mean to have this movement. You don't really have control over it like you would your other voluntary movements.
So I think right now we're going to plan to actually show a surgery that we did recently on a patient. This is a woman who has a strong family history of essential tremor and underwent DBS surgery a number of weeks ago. This is patient Vicky, and right now this is the day of surgery, and we have already obtained imaging, an MRI scan of the brain, and use that to make sure that she's a good surgical candidate. And so here we are injecting numbing medication in the skin so that she won't feel the skin incision itself. And we're kind of talking to her, trying to let her know that we're injecting the medication. And the anesthesiologist may well have given a little bit of sedation medication during this time as well. We try not to use too much medication because that medication can actually suppress the tremor and make it harder to know how well we're doing once we place the electrode. This is called the Stim Lock cap, and it basically locks that electrode into place once we have it precisely located within the brain. So here, this is the Lexel Arc again, and this has what we call a micro driver attached to it, and that's the black thing that's just beneath my hand there. And right now I'm placing the cannula down through, making sure that it's going to go precisely through the hole that we've created and through the very exact part of the brain that I would like to enter with the electrode. Actually, we've placed the electrode already into the VIM target, and we're now just connecting that cable that goes from the sterile part of the field to the non-sterile part over to Diana's controller here, and she's now just starting to turn on the stimulation. And you can see we're asking Vicky to perform some actions that will let us know how well the stimulation is working. So it's important to understand that we're taking people through the entire range of possibilities that we'll do as an outpatient, all within 10 or 15 minutes in the operating room. And so we routinely stimulate at levels that are significantly higher than we would ever anticipate stimulating once this procedure is complete. So let's go to the next question. Can you explain the apparatus used in DBS surgery? And that's kind of a great segue. Maybe we can go over and show people what we do in the operating room. This is the initial frame that was placed. We can either change this arc amount, or we can also change this. Is called the ring measurement here. And so we can move in these two dimensions with this arc without actually altering our eventual target at all. This cannula then goes down through the microdrive and enters, it stops a little bit above our target. We actually have a patient, Matthew Miller, who was implanted about 6 years ago now. When you first heard about brain surgery to treat tremor, what was your kind of initial reaction to that?
I want that.
So you weren't scared at all of the procedure?
Somewhat, yes. But at the same time, I was willing to do whatever it takes to be able to function again, to be able to work, to be able to eat, drink, shave, all of your daily activities. I was willing to do whatever.
Okay.
I need to share that with everyone. People don't need to live like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Next, I'd like to introduce, this is Dr. Ronald Young, and he is one of the 3 neurosurgeons here at Swedish Neuroscience Institute performing deep brain stimulation surgery.
Beginning in around the late 1980s and especially early 1990s, we began to use this device called the Gamma knife. So it's called Gamma because it uses gamma rays. And what we do in the gamma knife is form these gamma rays generated by radioactive cobalt into very narrow beams. And I think the gamma knife results are relatively similar. Around 70 to 80% get a really good benefit.
I'd like to thank Dr. Young, I'd like to thank Dr. Witt, Peggy Short, and Matthew Miller for all coming in. So again, just want to thank you guys very much.